Aidersonenfant.com.
Thank you for watching, everyone. This podcast is co-produced by Aidersonenfant.com and la Fondation Jeunes Tête. I am with psychoeducator Mirna Antoun, and we are talking about heartaches. You know, those first ones, the ones that really, really hurt. Mirna, how do we go about talking about a breakup with our child, when he's going through that?
Well, it's not easy. The end of any relationship brings up a process of grieving, right? And for sure, at the end of that process, there's acceptance. But it can be difficult for both parties, the one ending it and the one at the receiving end of it, all right?
True.
As hard as it is to see our kid, our teen in pain, in distress, suffering, you just want to take them and take away all that pain. And it's the worst thing to do. You want to what I call sit with them in that pain.
That is hard, Mirna. That is hard. Sitting in the pain is hard.
I know.
Whatever the pain, it's hard. It's true. It's hard. It's hard.
But what I tell my parents when they tell me it's hard in my practice, I know it's extremely hard. But I'm not serving them by taking the pain away, trying to right away make them feel better, divert them, use diversion, or bring up a solution right away. I'm not preparing them for the real world when I do that. I am, what we do, overprotecting them, trying to shield them. However, it is extremely normal to feel sad, pain, if I'm feeling, if after a breakup. It's just normal. How about we just normalize negative emotions? How about we just, like I say, validate them, sit in it with them instead of minimizing it and say, hey, don't worry about it, baby. There's so much more fish in the sea. You'll find somebody else.
What if it lasts a long time? What if it goes on for many months?
I really, really love the image of the emotion coming in as a wave, okay?
True.
The emotion on its own is not dangerous. It will pass. The wave will pass, okay? It's dangerous to be in it alone. The parent needs to know that they need to remain the constant. And your teen is not only heartbreak. You'll see the wave. Sometimes they're going to be out and about doing stuff, having fun. And the next day they're going to be curled up in their bed, crying.
And that's okay.
And it's normal. But they need to have the space of, that's what it looks like. And not be, I thought you were doing better. What's going on? No, the constant needs to be, I hold that space for you. Whether it's positive or negative emotion, me, the parent, I am that constant. I'm going to help you pass the wave. Okay? So for sure that if it lasts for months and months, but I think we need to, us as parents, as adults, to work our relationship with negative emotions.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because I think we need to let ourselves first live those emotions, go through those emotions, whatever's going on in our life. Then we're probably going to be better coaches or better parents to our kids emotionally if we allow ourselves to feel those as well. Mirna, is there an adequate way to break up? Because I see that a lot of teens get a text and that's that. And that's the end of it. And I feel as though that is an ending that is shocking. It's very brutal. It's not face-to-face. What can we do about that?
And for sure, you're right about everything that you're saying right now. It's not a good way to end a relationship for the reasons that you just said, and also all the possible misinterpretation of the writing. But that also gives us a bit of information about that generation, about the lack of accountability that they're ready to take for their actions, how it's much easier to hide behind the screen sometimes than to take responsibility. And we want to tell them, you know what? It's really hard to hurt somebody, see them hurting. I want to acknowledge the fact that it is hard, but I want to bring them to take that responsibility, and say, well, don't you owe that to that person? How do you think you would feel if they would do that to you? We can tell them, well, why don't you suggest a meeting?
Yeah. Well, that was my question. Should we go there? Should we not go there? Because if you're probably dumped by text, the answer might just be, no, I will not sit with you.
That's okay. But you know what they say? Ask, you might receive, you might not. So what we want to tell them is, you do what feels right for you.
Yeah.
You're not in control of the person's reaction. So if it's a no, then we'll go about it from there. What are you in control of? What can we do in the here and now for you to feel a little bit better?
And what about that ex-lover, who's often a friend or a friend of the gang? Should we tell them to cut ties, or what should we do?
We can help them see, okay, what are the risks and what are the benefits of staying friends, and what are the risks and what are the benefits of not. And they still have to take that decision. Okay, we need to support that decision. And you know what? As hard as it is, we want them to stumble. Because that's how they're going to learn. Yes.
Okay, we want them to stumble. All right. Yeah. Mirna, thank you so much for this. This has been very helpful. In the next segment, I will be speaking with Freshta, who went through a toxic friendship and also lived a breakup. Keep watching.